Yo, what up, guys? Just checking. All right. The farm continues. It's a long farm, okay? I'm checking. I need more living steel and distilled fears. All right. So, in order to farm those two things, I need to do Helltides and Nightmare Dungeons.
You saved my life.
And I'm not sure which one is the slowest to farm. But finding the distilled fears is pretty slow, it feels like. Yeah, and I'm not sure about the malignant hearts, but if I have to farm whispers all day, then that's might be something that I'll just go ahead and do. Okay, well, that's that, I guess. Turn in the whisper, the malignant hearts.
It is done.
6 malignant hearts and 6 living steel. Not bad. Not bad at all. Alright. I just need to farm a total of 500 cinders. Open up the 2 mystery chests, and then I'll be done with this Helltide. Then I'll just be on the Nightmare Dungeon train. Neo Rune. Okay, I just need to slay the Hellborn. That's all the Grim Favors in here. Okay. Don't explode on me. Alright, over here. Just moving along. The cut through town. Oh. More mobs. Too many. Ten living steel. You know, I've opened up a lot of mystery chests, and it fluctuates from I think I've seen 8 at the lowest, and then I think I've seen up to 12. I don't think I've seen more than 12.
I find things, even if they don't want.
Yeah, and I think prior to this patch, living steel would drop like I think 6 at a time, maybe. Am I remembering correctly? But then sometimes they would drop double, and that was like pretty sweet. Except it was super rare. I think I've only had a double living steel drop maybe like 3 times the whole time I've been playing Diablo, and I've been playing Diablo 4 since release. So I wonder if there is a double drop in season 8. Very interesting indeed. Okay. I don't need that. Looking for T4 Belial Killer. Damn, that guy has a lot of materials. Okay. Over here, someone is doing the Blood Maiden. And the mystery chest is all the way down there. Okay. Oh, the Hellborn's about to come out. Hell gives way to their champion. Boom. Okay. I don't need to kill anymore. Just need to go straight there. Done. That was 8 living steel. Yep, not using any of this. Alright, on to the nightmare dungeons we go. That is all. Okay. The first stone is secure. Cold. Oh, I just want to go straight back. Formidable. Damn, that's a perfect roll, baby. Too bad it's for an aspect that I don't use.
Come back if you need the forge.
Well, that's okay. Mm-mm. Bloodstone 1 secure. Oh, double star pants. Man, I don't need them. That's 8 distilled fears so far. In what? 8 minutes? I'm like doing 60 distilled fears an hour. That's my rates. And those were quick dungeons though. Some dungeons take longer. Amulet. Wait, hallowed stones. Is this dungeon trash? No, it can't be. This is a Vessel of Hatred dungeon. The Vessel of Hatred dungeons, the design of these are much better than the ones that are in the Classic Zone. Mainly because all the objectives are optional, and you can go straight to the end if you really wanted to, and ignore the objectives. I don't know, I'm just getting double trolled by the little gate. Yeah, like searching the slain prisoners leads to this treasure room, which is an optional room. You can ignore the treasure or the slain bodies if you really wanted to. Except it was convenient for me, so. Yeah, like that prisoner right there. I was about to save it, but I ignored it. Alright, so I should have 12 in my bag. Oh, look at that. So good. Alright. Forgotten Remains. That's an optional room. Narun.
Cold. So cold.
Hey, yep, there's some animus I could have collected there to open up that treasure room, but not a priority. The treasure room gives a good amount of obdicite, around 200 to 300 obdicite, but I'm looking for distilled fears. I mean, I guess sometimes it drops boss summoning materials, but that's only sometimes. It's a gamble. Finishing the dungeon is guaranteed distilled fears, okay? So that's what I'm looking for. Oh. Alright, there it is. Transform. Unfortunate. Why would someone want to kill Lilith on Torment 4? Oh, what is this? Okay. Nope. Promising ore deposit. Sounds good. But don't have time. You don't drop boss summoning materials. I do not do. This long corridor. Just to slay clanless Rasher. You know that reading the word Thrasher reminds me of a PlayStation 1 game. I think it was called Thrasher. And it was a skateboarding game where you did tricks, but when you when you fell off your skateboard, you had the option to like move your body and thrash around, and I think you got points for thrashing around the most or something. I was very confused when playing this game. I was like, you just you just look like you're faking it the whole time. What's going on? Yeah. We didn't read any guide or anything. It was just like you just you just skated around, and then when you fell, you could just press the buttons and you'll just start twitching on the ground, on the floor. I don't know what the point of that was, but it was very funny. And I think the game was called Thrasher. Yeah, this is a long dungeon. Yeah, like 4-minute dungeon. Really? Oh, oh no. Okay.
Don't ruin all that work.
All right, I guess I'm just gonna wait a minute for the Helltide to pop up. Pop up any second now. Helltide has risen in multiple areas. That's the message I'm looking for. Oh, it's already popped up. I guess I missed the message. That's okay. Is it a double Helltide? No, just a singular one. The forces of hell grow angry.
You saved my life.
Okay, hold on. Here we go. Oh. We couldn't finish the summoning. Ah, that's okay. I got the last one. So because I put one Baneful Heart in, when the Blood Maiden comes out, she will drop 8 Exquisite Bloods. Alright. 8 Exquisite Bloods. Alright, watch. Yeah, look at that. 8 Exquisite Bloods right there, boy! On 2 hearts. The Grotesque Debtor.
It is done.
Create a collection of materials. Heart and Distilled Fear. Very nice. Yo, Mr. Bart D. Or is it Barded? Bart D says hello. Are you doing good, sir? Welcome to the stream.
Wouldn't have made it without you.
The second, you say, haha. Alright. Officer Fida! What's going on? Welcome to the stream. Fida says, hello. Hello. Oh, there's another one. Yeah, I'm fine. I wanted to learn some about Diablo 2 because I've been playing for like 2 days. Oh yeah, no problem. What did you want to learn about? Because yeah, I don't have a big audience, so you can totally ask me questions and I can answer them as best as I can. I've been playing Diablo 4 since release. On and off. Well, not really off. Like, I guess off as in when I was done with the season, I stopped playing, and then but I've played every single season. So yeah, if you have any questions, just let me know. Boom. 2 exquisite bloods. I'm playing Necro, and I think he's kind of useless. I don't know why. Level 42 at the moment. Oh. So, actually, Necro is one of the best builds for leveling. And I think at the end game, he's really good as well. So I don't know why you're having trouble. When I leveled with the Necro, I played the minion Necro, and yeah, I did not feel any slowdown whatsoever progressing through the game. Fida says, today I bought a Vessel of Hatred, but did not explore it much as I was collecting Altars of Lilith. Got all of them. Nice, congrats. Now I'm planning to go through the new lands. Ah, yeah, boy. Yeah, so getting Vessel of Hatred, you unlock the runes, and they're pretty strong. They're quite strong. I need to go here. Okay. Because when I attack, dealing maximum 250 damage with max roll path about blood exploding bodies. Okay, so if you're doing the corpse explosion build, I think that's fine. But if you're looking at guides from max roll, you want to make sure that you're choosing a good leveling build. So if you go to the Max Roll website, there is a tier list that they have on the top, and there's a leveling version, and it tells you which builds are best for leveling. I don't think the Corpse Explosion is S tier or A tier, and that's probably why you're having trouble with, or you feel like the Necro is not good. Because you're not really using a top tier leveling build. That's the first thing I would recommend if you want to feel stronger, is switch up your build so that you're using an S tier or A tier leveling build. He just says character was Barbarian, now the second is Sorcerer. Ah, very nice. So Sorcerer is a top build in Season 8, 100%. Yeah, even stronger than the Barbarian, which is what you're seeing right now. Mr. says, okay, let me check which tier he is. I'll be back in a minute. Oh, yeah, no big deal. Yeah. So, Vita, did you switch characters because you were Bard of the Barbarian, or what? What's the story there? Or are you just in the you're just trialing them all out? That's cool too. Blood Surge Necro is S tier. That's the one I'm using right now. Oh, okay. So Blood Surge is it uses Corpse Explosion? I don't remember that. But okay, yeah. So if it's S tier for leveling, then that means that there's something that you're missing from your build if it feels weak. I don't really know what else to say about that. Yeah, so it's either like you're missing a legendary aspect or a legendary power, or you're not combining certain skills that you need to be combining. Yeah. Yeah, he has 1 point about exploding. Oh, okay. Yeah, and you're also like constantly upgrading your weapon, right? Because that is kind of important in this game. So if you have a weapon that you've been using for a while, it gets outdated pretty quickly. So even if you have a legendary weapon, it's better to use like a rare yellow one that is higher level, item level, than a legendary lower level one. Or even like a blue magic version is better if it's higher item level than a legendary one that's lower level. So that could be something that you're running into. And yeah, if you're worried about like losing the legendary power or the legendary aspect, then you don't really have to worry about that because you have the codex, and every time you salvage a piece of gear, that legendary power goes into the codex, and then you can reapply it to your gear, no problem. So. Yes, sir. I'm focused on int and changing my equipment according to my level. I see. So, like, I guess, what are you what are you running into then? Like, are you not killing as fast as you used to, or are you like legit dying and you actually can't progress? Because if you're slowing down, then I don't think it's that big of a deal. At level 46, you should have a lot of legendary aspects, and you don't really keep up in terms of like the mob health until you start combining like certain aspects together, or rather, yeah, certain legendary aspects together, because they are designed to work together. If you take just random legendary aspects, you can't really expect it to work. So yeah, you do need to put a little bit of effort into that.
I find things, even if they don't want to be found.
Oh, 12 living steel, baby! Alright. I think that's... Okay, yeah, that's all of it. Painful heart and 4 living steels. Yeah, and then one thing I guess you're saying as well is that you're focusing on intellect. When it comes to Blood Surge, you only focus on intellect on certain pieces. Not all the pieces want intellect. So, I mean, because not all the pieces roll the same affixes. So, for example, right, like you wouldn't find like ranks to Blood Surge on like a chess piece, but you would find that on gloves. So intellect does roll on both of those. So you may have you may have kind of that difference there. But generally speaking, when I'm leveling, I don't really think about min-maxing my stats all that much. It's mainly about it's mainly about, for me anyway, making sure that your gear's up to date. Yeah. So yeah, and when it comes to Blood Surge, I know, like, I think Essence is a huge deal. Like, you run out of Essence very quickly. So you might need some pieces that have Essence per second, or you might need to fix essentially the order of skills that you're using. I think that there is a skill that essentially like returns essence if you cast it on mobs. That might be something that to look into. Or maybe it's a legendary aspects. So, but if you're just saying, like, it could just be a feeling thing too. Like, you could just be progressing just fine, and it doesn't feel smooth in terms of the gameplay because you're like running out of essence or whatever. And if that's the case, then I would say that maybe you should switch builds to like a minion build or something if you want something a little bit less clunky. Because when it comes to something like the resources, that issue of like never having to worry about your resources generally isn't solved while you're leveling. That's usually solved once you hit max level and then you start doing Torment 1, Torment 2 content. Yeah. So like, yeah, even though you might be running out of essence a lot and it feels like you're slowing down, um, that might be that might be just a feeling thing. And yeah, I mean, compared to like a lot of other builds, it just might be like legit slower. Yeah, like I know, like one of the biggest strengths of Blood Surge is that every time you use it, it covers the whole screen, and so you're basically hitting all the mobs on the screen all the time, and that's really good for leveling. Alright, where's the key? Oh, here it is. Formidable. Alright, where are these animus carriers? Okay, I actually spent effort opening up that little gates, and just going around would have been just fine. Return the bloodstone. Oh, damn it. I don't want to explore back here and just like have it be a dead end. Oh, okay, it was an event. I mean, the event's good if you're looking for Obdacite, but I don't need Obdacite. What I need... I need distilled fears. Hmm.
Don't ruin all that work.
Oh yes, don't ruin all that work. Oh, come on. Okay, I don't need to do the objective because I don't need Obdacite. Okay, well, yeah, I guess I just searched all the bodies because it was convenient. think this is too far away. And this is the treasure room. Nope. $271 on the site. And I did not get any boss summoning materials whatsoever. I just need to get to the end. Thrasher. Damn. Damn. 2 stars. But not what I was looking for. Close, but no cigar.
God. So cold.
Oh,
Bless you.
I actually need to free the prisoners. This is an old school dungeon with the objectives. Travel to the haunted tunnels. Woo. Haunted. Actually, ghosts do actually exist in this game, so. Slay the Forsaken Miners. Oh. Clear. Oh, I've never seen that before. Yo, M-Tab, welcome to the stream. Yo, bro, carry me. You think I'd do that for free? M-Tab says, lol, I knew you would say that. You know, I must applaud you for asking, even though there was a high likelihood of the denial. I'll give you whatever you want. Okay, if you give me a $5 super chat, then I'll let you tag along. Yeah, even though like saying that feels kind of gross though. Oh nope, not here. Oh, boom, baby. All right. Uldur's Cave. This is a good one. It's supposed to be short. I guess. Oh yeah, that Barbarian, he was just hopping all over the place. He hopped on that gate, crushed it, and left. Yeah, actually, are you even on tier 4? Torment 4? Because if you're not, then like you wouldn't even be able to tag along. I just thought about that. Yeah, and I'm actually not sure how that works. Like, could I join, or could you, could like you do a 2-player pit 55, and then that actually unlocks Torment 4 for you? And then you can tag along? Or do you have to do that solo? I don't know. Tyler says, you'd have to carry him through the pits. Oh, okay, so you can do a 2-player... so you can do a 2-player pit and unlock the Torment 4. It says, I saw a level 70 in a tier 4 yesterday. Lamau. Oh, okay. Well, Actually, yeah, that would be a carry because Paragon levels are account bound, or rather, account wide. So that means that someone had to have carried him. It's not an alt, because if it was an alt, then he would have all full Paragon levels. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, there's no way he did it solo. We were farming Lord Zir and he showed up. Oh, okay. Oh, so did someone give him the exquisite bloods too? Because there's no more rotations in the game.
The killers are likely still about. If I can find them.
Oh man. Hard times for leechers. Actually, yesterday when I was playing, there was someone in the chat that was like looking for someone to kill Torment 4 and Dario. And his name was Looch. Looch. And I couldn't resist. I had to say, I would help you if your name was Leech, not Looch. Sorry. Yeah, he just said ouch and left it at that. I couldn't resist making fun of his name. More like Mooch. Oh no, that's another one. Oh, I could have doubled down on it. Oh no, that's funny. That's hilarious. Oh no, that's super hilarious. Oh well, missed opportunity. But I got one of them at least. Alright, any summoning materials? No. Oh, here's the boss. I'm only looking for distilled fuse. Terragompai asks, what build you following? So this build here is called the Whirlwind Pet Quake build. And it's pretty good. It
is done.
It reduces, like, the build is based on like reducing the cooldown of the ultimate, and the ultimate that I'm using is Call of the Ancients. So all the Ancients come out and they just do a crap ton of damage. And it's only a 9-second cooldown because I have Ariet's Bearing and I have the Greater Affix on the Ancient cooldown reduction. So it's 63%. Right, that on top of my ring, which is another 40%, which brings it down to 9.5 seconds. Yeah, it is pretty a-okay. It says, thanks, been struggling to get a proper build to play. Oh, I see. Yeah, it does take some efforts to get to this point, though. Like, especially if you're like trying to farm the gear yourself. because I didn't start out here. I started out with just Whirlwind Earthquake, and then as soon as I got the cooldowns enough to switch to Call of the Ancients, I did that. So yeah, this one is not necessarily a good like leveling build, but once you get all the gear, it's pretty good. Wait, I didn't turn in the little thingy. Yeah, and I'm not following the build all the way because, or at least in the build guide that Rob has, mainly because like I'm having trouble maxing out my armor and my resistances without Rakanoth's Wake, because Rakanoth's Wake provides a lot of resistances, all resists, and yeah, without it I would have like, I wouldn't be maxed out on my resists. So yeah, it's a little bit suboptimal, and I'm choosing to use legendary gloves instead of what is it, Fist of Fate. Because yeah, I need the resists, and the legendary power I think is really strong. Yeah, so like what he does is he puts this legendary power, Relentless Berserker, on the boots, so you can use Fist of Fate. And the Fist of Fate are actually like really good. Like you have attack speed, critical strike chance, chance to make enemies vulnerable, and that legendary and that unique power. It's really strong, like crazy strong. Vulnerable damage. No. Nope. Not doing Black Asylum. That dungeon is trash. Help, please. Oh no. Oh, you survived, but then you turned into a monster. Why did I help you survive? Or was that, or did you know that was coming, and that's what you were really calling help for? Baby. Oh, a unique amulet. Banish Lord's Talisman. Damn. Yo! Thanks for the follow, good sir. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I'm not monetized on Twitch, so that follow does really help. One of the monetization requirements is 50 followers. So thank you very much. I don't have 50 followers on Twitch. Yeah. But yeah, to be clear, right? I don't necessarily need monetization on Twitch because I don't know what the ad revenue is like or whatever. But yeah, I'm monetized on YouTube, like no problem. And monetization on YouTube is much harder than on Twitch. And I think the money from YouTube I think is better, at least from the advertising perspective. Yeah. I don't know anything about like the live views or whatever. Hope you get there, man. Oh yeah, thanks. I appreciate it. Yo, Master Knock. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Yeah. So yeah, the only other requirement that I need for monetization on Twitch is what is it? 3 average viewers. I do not have 3 average viewers on Twitch at all. I have like 1 average view, and not like, and I can't even tell if that's just me, because on the dashboard, right, because where I like edit my stream title and all that, I see like a copy of my stream to make sure that it's like broadcasting okay, but I don't know if that counts as a viewer. So I don't know if that's just like me like viewing myself and it's just counting that as a view. I really have no idea, but it's not that big of a deal. I think all I get is like the subscribe button, and that's it. So I mean, yeah, and I guess I can try and get those Twitch Primes, but I don't know how long that's gonna be around. Doesn't seem like it's gonna be around that much. So yeah. But I do really want to make YouTube videos. Start uploading my loot highlights, and I'm getting pretty close to farming 100 Lord Zeers, so that'll be coming out pretty soon. Yeah. Yo, Latizzle! Long time no see. Overall thoughts on this season. Rune drops and mythic drops are so low. Any suggestions? I don't know if I have suggestions, because I feel like I've gotten pretty lucky with my rune drops. Just keep farming, I guess, because I'm doing Helltides and Nightmare Dungeons mostly, and they have been pretty good for runes for me. So yeah. Yo, son of gypsies, let's go, baby. Are you doing good, sir? It's been a while. Are we doing like this huge reunion or what? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think trying to optimize your gear for tier 4 is definitely important, though it can be kind of a bit to get there. Like I said, I think I got pretty lucky because I found a back rune. My first legendary rune was a back rune, and that let me create earthquakes by just traveling for 5 meters, and that was a huge boost to my damage. But yeah, I think like, yeah, and focusing on like maximizing your crit, at least for my build, was helpful, because yeah, critting is a huge boost to damage for sure. Yeah. As far as my overall thoughts on the season, I think I like it because I and I said this in the previous seasons, right? I thought it was too close to Diablo 3, where you play literally for a weekend. You have a maxed out character, and you can do the full conquest. And I don't think that's good for the game, right? But yeah, getting rid of the rotation, the idea of the rotation, and making everyone like farm their own stuff, that essentially reduced, I guess you could say, gear inflation, or at least the population. I thought that all of that's really good. And now, though, keep in mind that it is coming from a biased perspective, right? Because my YouTube channel is about farming these bosses.
I can break that.
And if it's harder to farm 100 bosses because the rotation is not really there anymore, then that's better for my channel, because people will be like, oh my god, doing 100 runs is annoying as hell. Let me watch someone else do it. And then they go to my channel, right? Versus, oh my god, doing 100 rotations by yourself is trash. Let's do a rotation and I can get it easily. So yeah, doing 100 bosses in Season 8 is much more impressive than doing 100 bosses in previous seasons because of the rotation concept. So yeah, do keep in mind that that is a huge kind of thing for me. That's actually helping me. But I'm trying to stay as like objective as I can. But I can't help but think that, having the gear journey be much longer is good for the overall game. What do you mean by rotation concepts? Oh, the rotas, right? Oh, LFG Duriel Rota. That's what I meant. Right? Like, and if that's not enough, a Duriel rotation is where you have a group of 4 people, right? They all bring their own materials, and one set of materials equals 4 Duriel runs, because everyone is putting in their materials when it's their turn, right? So yeah, that's what I mean. The concept of the rotation. I really mean like Duriel and Dario rotas. Tara says, miss the one-shot boss builds. I see a lot of people suffer on the mechanics of some of the bosses. Oh yeah, oh wait, I didn't complete the dungeon. Oh, okay, I don't know what I was thinking. Yeah, but they also like increase the difficulty of the bosses as well, like, and that was a conscious decision, because what Blizzard was battling with was the idea of not making the bosses too hard in order to like eat people's mats with no reward, right? Because if you spend your materials to summon the boss and like you can't kill him because he's like tuned too hard, that would piss off a lot of people. But now that they've moved the materials requirements to the chest, they now have a lot more freedom to make the bosses harder. And all you essentially spend is your time, and that's it, right? If you summon the boss and you just die, no harm, because you didn't spend any materials. And so that's why the bosses are a lot harder, and I think that's a good thing, for sure. Well, says, so you mean it's better to farm bosses in a group than solo? Drop rate is better? So I think the drop rate is the same. So prior to Season 8, it was like magnitudes better to farm in a group, right? Because essentially one set of materials is equal to like 400% of the drops. And that's why it was better in a group. It's not as lucrative now, but it is still better in a group, because if you kill a boss in a group, and you open up the chests will drop more loot, but not 4 times as much. Okay? So, yeah. It's still better than solo, but not 4 times better, I guess, if that makes sense. But I think the drop rates are the same. Or no, they did modify the drop rates. So that is one of the things that I'm testing, because they did say, you know, Belial Supreme has a higher mythic unique drop chance than, say, Duriel, but Duriel has a higher mythic unique drop chance than, say, Grigor. Yeah. Here it says, brings the concept of the floor is lava. Oh, yeah. That is true. But some builds are like so visually noisy that you can't see anything. I think they've addressed that a little bit, but I think that's still a problem. Like my build right here, you just see all the earthquakes, so you can't see anything on the ground. So I don't know how they're managing that visual clarity. But I know, like on Lilith, it was totally fine seeing the mechanics, the telegraph of the mechanics, for sure. Yeah. All right. Okay, is there a quick one? I don't think there's a quick one. We'll try this one. Okay, I've actually never done this one this season. Wow. I'm just trying to beat the timer for the Helltides, but it's okay if I go a little over, because Helltides are... I always finish them early anyways. At least for what I'm trying to do. Yeah, so yeah, it did take me a while to get to this point of power. So don't feel bad if you're not super strong, but it is definitely a longer journey for sure. Yeah, and I'm actually not sure, I'm trying to compare it to Diablo 2, if the journey to this level of power is the same amount of time or not. Maybe, I don't know. Like maybe for the sorceress, I'll probably be doing literally all of the farming content. But I definitely won't have like the best gear. Like I wouldn't have an Enigma or an Infinity at this point. But I would have definitely traded to reach this sort of level of power. I have to think about it. Yeah, like would I have a Heart of the Oak at this point? I would probably say maybe. Oh, stone carving, I have it. I found it. No boss summoning materials. Bro. Oh, is this the boss? Oh, very nice. Oh, this was just a 3-minute dungeon. Not bad. And I did the bonus objective. Alright, what do we got in terms of the Helltide? Oh, it's a double Helltide. Okay. Okay! So that means 4 Helltide chests that I have to get. And that is 1,000 cinders, which is a lot. But that's okay, because I kill very fast. Or rather, fast enough. Oh yeah, also yeah, prior to season 8, you were really reluctant to spend all of your baleful hearts or baneful hearts on the altar because it wouldn't be worth it. But look at this. I only have 28 baneful hearts and I don't care. Put them all in! Because you get exquisite bloods proportionate to how many baneful hearts you put in now. So it's totally worth. Hell yeah, boy. Boy. Tara says, I think they also nerfed the altars. You mean the altars of Lilith?
Not much gets past me.
What you are busy with now? Oh, yeah, this ritual. Yeah, I'm not sure if they nerfed it. Yeah, I don't think so. But it's kind of hard to tell because Blizzard doesn't really have a good handle on their what is it? Their power scaling in this game. So like there's just a lot of builds that are just really strong. And yeah, so I mean maybe it's the intended power level, who knows. I know that when I was leveling, fighting the Blood Maiden felt the same in terms of like how hard it was to kill. So yeah, who really knows, I guess. But yeah, like I have no problem farming these exquisite bloods now. In the previous seasons, that was always the material I was worried about, was the exquisite bloods. But now the annoying boss summoning material, or not boss summoning material, but boss materials is Uravar. Like, bro, Uravar, really? There's no way to find them, commonly at least. So what's probably going to happen is I'm going to farm Varshan, Grigor, Beast and Ice, Lord Zir, and then do 100 Andariels, and then I'll probably have enough boss tributes to do 100 of those, and I'll probably do 100 of those, and that'll probably give me enough for 1,200 Orvar mats. Which, like, bro. Like, why? Like, it even tells you, like, actually, okay, look, I have not found one Orovar mask or Justicar mask at all in my inventory. Look at that shit. Like, bro. Alright. Oh. Island chests. I just randomly get the keys, so might as well open them. Alright, I need to go there. Oh, this is good. Boom, baby! Yeah. Alright, I hope I don't die, because I do have a lot of cinders right now. Although I am maxed out on everything, and I have 20k health. Bro, come on. Alright. Oh, I killed the Hellborn too. Very nice. Okay. Ooh. Ah, yes. 12 living steel, baby. Yes, I think that's the most I've gotten. Or that's definitely on the higher end. It goes from like 8 to 12. Still waiting to see if there is a big bonus, like double. I'm talking 24, okay? That'd be sweet if there was a chance for 24 of them. But who knows? Alright, let's just do this one really quick. Ooh, 2 malignant hearts. I do need those! Alright. Oh, no. Boom. Oh, what's the point of that bridge? Oh, it's for regular citizens of Sanctuary who don't want to get wet. That's right. Okay, I should really be done here. Oh, you think Kicksarth? Actually, I need to pay attention if the Helltide Assassin drops anything. Oh, what? Okay, let's see here. The Helltide Assassin. Here we go. Boom! Alright, what do you drop? Oh, no materials. Wow. Did you complete the Unveiler's Oath board? Yes, I have all of them. So I have received the Resplendent Spark for that. Yeah, so you don't actually have to do the apparition incursions to progress on that board. If you kill the bosses as well, they give you reputation for that board. So yeah, the apparition incursions are like really annoying to do, but you don't have to do them if you don't want to, which is very nice, I might add. Yeah, and also like obviously with all the reputations now, they have made it so that you have like an infinite reward. So you still gain benefit from you still gain benefit from progressing the rep. And those rewards are pretty good too. They actually usually give one or two pieces that have greater affixes on them. So definitely worth continuing as well. Alright, let's go up here. Yeah, so that's how I completed it, is after I completed the story quest, which asked you to go do the unveilers, I guess. I just started killing a lot of the bosses, and that was enough to finish the board. Okay. Poultice and cinders. That's okay. I still need those. Because I have 2 more mystery chests to open up. Mystery chest.
It is done.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about like these collection of materials always opening up. Or always popping up. But I do need like gems. My gems are still... I only have 1 grand gem for my rubies and 1 grand gem for my emeralds. I could use a second one for sure.
Sometimes you find hell.
All right. Let's go there and open up the chest. All right. Actually, I didn't count how many living steel that I got from there. Huh. Bro. Oh. Oh no. What? Oh, nothing happened. Yeah, Nicholas, welcome to the stream. Is the season good or mid? Is it worth playing? So, if it kind of depends on like what you're looking to get out. So for me, right, like if the last season that you played was season 7 and you played all of that, then you probably would feel like there's not a lot that's new. There's new bosses that are introduced into the game, and then there are a few new items that were introduced as well that have enabled like a couple of builds, but that's about it. So if you've played since I played every season since season 4. Oh, okay. So yeah, I would say it's all if you like like to play one class, like if you're like a sorceress main and you only play sorceress and that's it, then you probably won't feel anything new in terms of that. Like you can take a look at the builds and see if like there's a new build that you want to play, and in which case if there is, then I would say yeah, it's worth playing. But as far as like the actual gameplay loop itself, there's not that much. It's still like you're still doing Helltides and you're still doing whispers. Yeah, because like as far as the new bosses go, yeah, the new bosses are like they're there and you can experience them if you want, but they don't drop any new loot at all. Like aside from like the new pieces of gear that they introduced, which is like one per class, and all classes use their newly introduced loot, right? So yeah, rogue main crying face. Okay, yeah, I don't think there's any new rogue builds, so yeah. I will say though that the item journey, the progression journey is a lot slower this season. So if you like feeling the progression of your character and, you know, receiving the upgrades and all of that stuff and putting your build together, then that is, I think, a lot much more fulfilling here, because when you hit your build, you're just like, oh hell yeah, this feels good. But the progression there is a lot slower. Like I don't know if you expect to have this be like Diablo 3, where you play in a weekend and you have your full build and you're using all of your end game skills and you're doing end game content. But yeah, expect to stay in like Torment 1 or 2 for like a few more days. Yeah. Yeah. That's better. Last season felt way too quick. Took me 1 week to get almost maxed gear. Yeah, that's not the case here. It feels a lot more natural. And yeah, the bosses, they're a lot harder as well. So you actually have to care about the mechanics and stuff. Now, you can get to a point where your character is so strong that you can one-shot them, but it's not a gimme at all. So yeah, it kind of depends on what you get out of the game. Cause like when it comes to season resets, and I don't know if you played other ARPGs or whatever, but Blizzard kind of has only one half of the reason why a season reset is necessary. And the half that they're sort of exploring is the experimentation part of it. Like, oh, they want to experiment with new mechanics, put in the boss powers, and make like incremental updates to the game, right? Where this season they've updated the boss ladder to essentially flesh that out more, add 3 new bosses, a whole new Belial like random appearance thing, and that's good. And so yeah, I only played Diablo 2, 3, and 4. Okay. So yeah, so that's one half, right? And if you play Diablo 2, you'll kind of understand this, right? So when Diablo 2 season resets, right? It's kind of like the opposite of what Diablo 4 is doing, where when a season resets, it's mainly because, or it's not because they want to like add experimental features or add new features to the game, or sort of like rotate in seasonal mechanics. In Diablo 2, the whole reason why you would want a season reset is because it's also an economy reset, right? And in Diablo 4, there's not really much of an economy at all. So that's why they rely on very, very heavily like the seasonal mechanics and the updates to the game, which in the long run, it's okay, but like they need to implement that missing half for me, which is the economy as well, or at least not for me, but for a lot of players that play the game to trade, right? The economy is very, very weak, and when you reset, like, yeah, you're kind of resetting the economy, but like nobody cares because like no one tries to build wealth in this game, so to speak. You know what I mean? So, yeah, and that's kind of why you're asking this question in the first place: is the season good or mid? Right, and that's because you're looking for an opinion on. You're looking for an opinion on the seasonal mechanics, but you would never ask whether or not a new season is worth playing or not in a game like Diablo 2 because you're not playing it for you're not going into the new season for for any sort of new mechanics or updates, right? I mean, when they happen, it's pretty sweet, but definitely not the reason. And you would never ask that question because we all know when you hear Diablo 2 reset, you instantly think, oh, it's an economy reset, and I want to farm that shackle again, you know? So, yeah, that's unfortunately missing from Diablo 4. Yeah. Tara asks, what would you suggest? How to get the most aspects in a run to salvage? So there's kind of a couple of approaches to that. So if you're looking for like aspects that you haven't found at all, then running the pit is definitely the best way because it's you get two things, right? When you finish the pit, you kill a boss. He rains down loot, and you get like 7-8 legendary items. On top of that, you also get obols, so that way you can gamble at the obol vendor for more legendaries. Right? Now, and that's like really, really, really good. But if you're looking to max out your like codex with like all perfect ones, then you need to maximize the amount of greater affix or greater GA legendary items, because they're the only ones that can roll the top roll. And in that case, that is a bit harder. I think maybe I'll lean towards Infernal Hordes, because you're guaranteed a greater affix item at the end of the dungeon. But like you have to do Helltides in order to farm those Infernal Compasses. But yeah, if you're just talking about missing aspects altogether, the pit is the way to go 100%. Because yeah, you essentially get the 7-8 legendary items, and then on top of that, you get obols to gamble out the vendor for even more legendary items. Definitely the best way to get legendary aspects in your codex that you're missing. Just trying to get that one aspect to make a difference between torments. Okay, yeah. So if you're just missing an aspect altogether, definitely the pit, 100%. Ooh, Nagaroon, baby. Oh, this is the end. Wow, really? Oh my god. I fought through all of this without even picking up the mechanical box. I didn't see it. Wow, too distracted. Oh, I thought they. Maybe this is an old dungeon, and that's why. But yeah, I thought they. At least for some dungeons, I know that they do this, where you're in a room and you're supposed to pick up an objective, and they don't let you progress until you pick it up. Yeah, they should definitely implement that. But one of the next seasons, they should. I think on the docket is updates to Nightmare Dungeons, and I hope that they do a revamp on these, because these have not really had that many updates since the release of the game. Because I think they, like, as far as the objectives go and stuff, like, they've updated some dungeons, but the only change I remember is one, they changed it from the keys being different levels all over the place to the torment system, and they changed it so that you don't really upgrade your glyphs in here, but rather you farm opticite here now. Dungeons are so linear and repetitive. Yeah, I would say that for the Diablo 4, like the on-release dungeons, but the new Vessel of Hatred ones, the ones that have the green keys, these ones, they're way better, because essentially they all have the objectives that you see here, but they're optional. And I think that improves them like a super lot. Yeah, and then like you go to the end and you have the boss, the boss, and you're good to go. So yeah, the Vessel of Hatred ones are much better. But I don't know if like the Nightmare Dungeon updates that they want to do are gonna be like more in line with what we see in the Vessel of Hatred dungeons. But if they do, like that, I mean, that's a lot of work to do. But yeah, and honestly, like I think the main issue that Diablo 4 has in general is the reward pacing. I mean, it's gotten a lot better, but they can still do a lot more when it comes to the rewards. Because honestly, like doing these dungeons would not be that bad if the rewards were there and worth it. Because in Diablo 2, right, like literally every area is the same, right? Like Chaos Sanctuary is literally the same layout every time. Like there's only like 2 variants of it, but the rewards are so worth it that like you don't care. And then you do a video 100 Chaos Sanctuary runs and you highlight the loots like 100%. Like I'll do this one right now. Yeah, I would say like, yeah, the dungeons being linear though, For the dungeons that are on release, I would agree with that, right? Like they all have a sort of layout that you can effectively master relatively easily. Not to say like you can't master Diablo 2 maps, but they were much more complex, or rather hard to figure out than the Diablo 2 ones. But this one right here, like yeah, it just says explore and then slay the flesh reaper, and then you can do the optional objective if you want, like these animus carriers, right? Like I don't need to do them, but they're convenient. And then when I get the last one, I put it in there, and then we're good to go. Okay, where is it? Wait, hold on. Oh no. I didn't do that. Okay, well. Also feels like the randomness of nightmare dungeons are small, same over and over. Yeah, I would disagree with the Vessel of Hatred versions, but yes, for the ones that were released when Diablo 2 was, or sorry, when Diablo 4, like the first original 5 areas, I think it's 5 areas, right? Or 4 areas. Like I would agree with that, but not for these new ones. No. Yo, City, how's it going, man? Been a while. Is this Whirlwind Earthquake? No. It's pretty close, but it is not Whirlwind Earthquake. It is Pet Quake, or Whirlwind Pet Quake. That's this build here. So the majority of the damage doesn't actually come from Earthquake. The majority of the damage comes from the ultimate ancients that come out. So yeah, like on my weapon, I don't have chance to spawn double earthquakes. It's just straight up damage. So yeah, but I do use the tech rune for to spawn earthquakes every time I cast a skill. I combine that with Igni, I think. No, not this one. With Yule. So yeah, every time I cast a skill with a cooldown, it spawns an earthquake. So, oh wait, hold on. Oh wait, why did I do that? Why did I do that? Oh, I guess right here. Can you show your gear? I'm following the max roll version, and I don't really like it. Okay, yeah, so let me see here. So I have the Ugly Bastard Helm, mainly for the fire damage, right? And then I have Rage of Horagith, which inflicting bleeding on an enemy has chance to reduce the cooldowns of your skills by 1 second. That's pretty okay. And then I have Relentless Berserker to increase my berserking. Ariat's Bearing, obviously for the cooldown, the ancients. This is like the ancients thing. And I have Rakanon's Wake, mainly for the resistances. The cooldown reduction is nice too. You can use Yen's Blessing as well. That's not that big of a deal. And here, Igni, Zek, and then I have Heavy Hitter. Right? Heavy Hitter with Executioners. Heavy Hitter again with the Vehement Brawlers. And then I have Ancestral Echoes here with Heavy Hitter again. Bold Chieftains for shout reduction. Ancestral Charge for the summons deal extra damage. And I'm using this because I actually don't have Ring of Starless Skies. If I do have Ring of Starless, then I'll replace this here. Or at least that aspect. The Call of the Ancients cooldown is pretty useful, so I'll keep that. This one is outdated. And then the necklace here is Apogeic for casting ultimate skill, increases your ultimate. Yeah. So that's the gear. And then as far as the boards go, I think the board is relatively self-explanatory. Hold on. Okay, yeah. So I have, actually, after this dungeon, I'll show you the thing, because I can pull up the armory, and it's like a lot easier. Yeah. The max roll version uses Rupture Style, and this looks way faster and more fun. It doesn't use Whirlwind. Oh, interesting. Okay, yeah, I mean this... the Whirlwind is good when the monsters don't die instantly. Because... yeah, if the monsters die instantly, then like, I have no reason to Whirlwind. The Whirlwind is for extra damage, obviously. But, yeah... like how is this for bossing? It's okay for bossing. I mean, for the stuff that I do, which is Torment 4, like boss ladder stuff, it's fine. Like I essentially one shot. Actually, I think there's a boss at the end of this. But yeah, I do like one rotations for, or single rotations for, like all the low level bosses. So I'm like talking about Grigor and Varshan and those guys. When it comes to Andariel, the long cooldown on your shouts is kind of annoying. So you do have to do with you still have to deal with the what is it? The mechanics, but it's totally doable. And then Belial, like Belial is, I think, totally fine. Let's see here. So for the Paragon board is actually kind of important. But like here for this, I have Decimator, Force of Nature, Blood Rage. Oh, this doesn't even tell you what it is. All right, hold on. Okay. So here I have Force of Nature, Earthquakes, spawn Dust Devils, and then Martial. So this one, after casting a shout skill, the cooldown of every other non-shout skill is reduced by 2 seconds. That really helps with keeping the Call of the Ancients up a lot. This is just for damage. This is for ultimate skills, do more damage, which is okay. That one's probably the weakest one. Blood Rage for berserking damage. And then Rumble for earthquake damage. And then we have here Decimator, which is damage combined with Challenger for damage. And then this last one here is for Wrath. So this is for the critical strikes generate 3 fury. So if your monsters don't die, then you can keep whirlwinding. Yo, Juso, welcome to the stream. This build looks fun. Oh yeah, no, it's pretty good. I enjoyed it a lot. What guide did you use for this? So if you, it's Rob's build. So if you go to d4builds.gg and you look at the tier list that Rob has, it's called Whirlwind Pet Earthquake. But there are a few differences that I made for his build, because his build for like bossing and stuff, it's not it's a little bit different, and I think it feels more clunky, but I think it's because like he's actually pushing pit and stuff when I'm just trying to farm. So yeah, just keep that in mind, because I think like for the martial glyph, he has a damage one instead. I think it's ire. Yeah, I let me pull it up and I can put it in the chat. Here's the build right here. That's the build that I'm using. Yeah, it does take a bit of time to get this strong though, because if your cooldown on the Call of the Ancients isn't low enough, then like you'll have a lot of dead time. So I think it's you either when you get your Ariet's blessing, you either need to masterwork the cooldown 3 times, or make sure you get a greater affix on the cooldown. That I think that's like super important. Yeah. Why does it have ground stomp on the bar? So ground stomp, it says here that I think I have what is it? I have a thing that says whenever I ground stomp, it like does way more damage. Wait, hold on. Like standing in earthquake. Oh yeah, right here. Penitent Hammer of Earthquakes. Ground Stomp creates an earthquake that damages enemies. Physical damage over 4 seconds. While standing in earthquakes for 4 seconds and while standing in earthquakes and for 4 seconds afterwards, you deal increased damage. For whatever reason, I think that only applies to the damage that's created by the ground stomp, rather than just earthquakes that I make with my runes. So yeah, I actually when I fight bosses, I legit see myself doing way more damage after I ground stomp than not. Now I haven't tested that super scientifically, but sometimes it just helps with the rage generation too. Yeah, that's just my personal experience. I could be totally wrong, but again, right? Like I'm not pit pushing or whatever. So. Oh, yo, JF! What's going on, my dude? Aspect of earthquakes increases all damage done by everything. I use it on my double swing barb for that sweet 100% 20 damage multiplier. All it requires is the tech rune to activate. Yeah, no, that's kind of weird, because I like maybe, and it is certainly possible that I'm misunderstanding something about my build. But when I'm doing pits and I'm fighting the boss, like all of my ancients are like hitting the boss, and it's going down at like a slower rate, and then I ground stomp on the boss, and then it just instantly does way more damage. So either my ground stomp is doing something that I don't really understand, like maybe it's just the vulnerable, maybe, I don't know, but Yeah, the I do notice a difference in like how fast the boss dies when I ground stomp it.
You saved my life.
Oh, I didn't let him to rest. Oh,
Bless you.
bro.
You saved my life. You saved my life.
Save my life. Oh, Curse Shrine. I just take the benefit and leave. Okay. Oh, is there a thingy here? Oh, all that gold. Wow. Why did I do that? Oh, why did I do that? Oh, sweet. Hell yeah, boy. Oh, I maxed out on nobles. Okay.
You can
Come back if you need the forge.
Amulets, baby.
All right, calm down. Put it away before somebody sees.
There's that.
Okay. No, I don't need that necessarily. Yeah. So yeah, if you look at Rob's build, you'll see like he uses Fists of Fate and then uses the legendary aspect on the boots. But I do have like an okay Fist of Fate, but I don't have maximum resists on my character. And I don't really know how to get that. I mean, I am using skulls in all of my gear, so I can switch those to diamonds. Oh my god. And if I get a Ring of Starless Skies out, that's 24 resists, which is a very, very big amount. And maybe I can switch it out, but I guess I need the Fist of Fate. Or sorry, I need the Ring of Starless Skies first, I guess. Oh no. Frozen.
At least I can put my skills to use.
Yeah. Also, I think in a couple days, on Tuesday, I think, there's going to be a patch where there's small balance adjustments, and there's going to be a Gore's Devastating Grifts buff, where it changes it from like a 70% damage buff to 400% or something crazy. So I don't know if that's going to be top tier, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, for everything I'm doing right now with earthquakes, I'll probably stick to this build. Slay the tree bones. There it is. Okay, this is a very, very short one. All right, let's go. Okay. All right, 3. That means 20 exquisite bloods, baby. Baby. Alright, I also need the Malignant Hearts. Gimme. Yeah, these Malignant Hearts, I'm surprised they didn't up the drop rate on these, just because, like, in the past, you only needed 4 Malignant Hearts to do Varshan, But now you need 12, and they didn't change the drop rate on these. Like, what's the deal? Oh wait, oh huh. Okay.
It is done.
Fit for a king.
Oh, I got exquisite bloods, even though I don't need it.
I can break that down.
And cultists. The red dots, baby! The forces of hell grow frenzied! Bro. Oh, there it is. Boom, living steel. Right. Not being sarcastic, by the way. I do need living steel. Actually, I think I'm at the living steel that I need for 100 Grigors. So I should double check that. Because if that's the case, then I should move on to either full-time Nightmare Dungeons or full-time Whispers, which full-time Whispers sounds horrible. Like, I thought they revamped the Whispers to incorporate that, the findings to that. Oh well. Like, because now that I'm going through the Whispers this season, like, the only thing that's different is the apparition incursions, which happens sometimes. Ooh. 1 star. Whoa, what? Reigns of the Striped Step Steed. I never found that before. Jeff says, I'm doing Whispers all day today, using the caches to level and alt. I need like 20 plus. Damn. Wait, so if you get the Torment 4 caches, Do you still get all of the summoning material from them? Because I might do that.
It is done.
Right? Just level up a sorceress really quick or something? Because I don't think I have a sorceress. Because I think the sorceress is the strongest build for season 8. At least according to the pit leaderboard anyway. Which I would imagine makes it relatively easy for boss farming. No, actually, I'll just chill here. Farm some cinders while I'm at it. Because I've done all the Grim favors. Oh, 2-star helm. What is this? Trash. Is what it is. Yeah, and I can definitely use an upgrade to my Bold Chieftain's Echo Circle as well, because, bro, that like 20%, so requiring, well, like, what, 5 mobs to be around for the maximum cooldown? Not good. I would rather have 2 or 3. Jeff says, Bold Chieftain is tough to find every season for my barb. Good luck, my friend. Oh my god. Don't tell me that. Only tell me that after I've found a perfect version, okay? Because then I'll be like, oh yeah, I got hella lucky. Don't make the task daunting. Why did you do that? Oh my god. Hold on, where's the chest? Oh, it's right over here. Well, I mean, at least I have it though, but you know. It's one of those rare aspects, similar to Cursed Aura on the Necro, which also never drops. Bro. No. Yeah, like, so I had both chieftains on my necklace for a short time because I had perfect rolls on my rings, and they also actually had good stats on them, so I couldn't salvage them. And with even my that bolt chieftain aspect on my necklace, I still didn't reach 30%. It was very, very disappointing. It's alright though. I mean, I still have yet to find a good necklace as well. Like, my necklace is absolute trash. I'm looking for not 1, but 2 passive skills on them. Which is unfortunate. I'm looking for counteroffensive and heavy-handed with strength on it. I mean, good luck with that, I guess, huh? What? Rune. here we go. And living steel, baby. Hell gives way to their champion. Yeah, get wrecked. Oh, nope. Nope. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, that's a lot of material that I need. Okay. Whispers and Nightmare Dungeons. God damn.
Will be tested now.
All right. Ooh. All right. The prisoners. 7 prisoners. Wow, you just attacking me the whole time?
Wouldn't have made it without you.
One more prisoner. Come on.
Wouldn't have made it without
Play the alpha. Done. Dungeon. Done. All right, let's go. Okay, if I find the bloodstone, nice. If not, okay. Because I don't need Obdicite. How much Obdicite do I actually even have? Yo, check this out. 108k Obdicite. Bro. I'm just doing nightmare dungeons for the distilled fears. And that results in many Obdicites. Okay, and that's the bloodstone. Yep. Right. Well, I don't know why I was trying to so hard to open that door. It's just an extra door with extra mobs. Boom, baby! Wrecked. Alright, I think I'm gonna do one more dungeon and call it a stream. I've had quite the day. Yeah, normally I stream in the morning today. So, like, I would say maybe I start my stream like 9 hours earlier than right now, but I had other stuff, so yeah. Oh no! Prisoners. Oh, that is a crappy room to be a prisoner in. Just a small room, nothing to look at. Oh no. Actually, before I actually call it a stream after this dungeon, I'll do one Lord's Year. That way you can see how well this does on a Torment 4 boss. Alright. Alright, enter the sacrificial den.
Let's go.
Alright. So here we go. One of these. Boom. Okay, so this boss, at least for the Barbarian, drops the Ariette's leggings or bearings. And I think the ugly bastard helm too, maybe. Maybe I'll find a 4-star thing. Or maybe even a mythic unique. Ooh. Okay, here we go. Boom, baby! Alright, what do we get? Nothing. Well, that's it, guys. Thanks for chilling. I'm gonna call it a stream. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.